Okay. Well, just as I've clicked go live on this stream, we have had some news. Welcome to the stream, everybody. And I'm basically just going to clip this up for my reaction video, basically. So, welcome to the stream. We are going to touch on the Birmingham game, but that I've just put on the banner at the bottom of your screen about Scott Twine is breaking news. This has been released in the last minute and a half since I've been live. We'll read Hull City's statement, and we know what it means because Bristol City have put out a teaser tweet. So, Hull City's statement reads, attacking midfielder Scott Twine has been recalled from his loan spell by parent club Burnley. The 24-year-old made 26 appearances for the Tigers, 21 starts, and scored goals against Rotherham, Watford, Cardiff, a trademark free kick, and Sheffield Wednesday. We would like to thank Scott for his efforts during his time at the MKM and wish him well for the future. Scott Twine has gone. This is news. It was bubbling. It was bubbling, and there were strange murmurings of it earlier in the window, but we all thought nothing of it. And now here we are. It came out last night that Bristol City were pushing for a deal to be done. It was then confirmed by local media here this morning that Twine would be recalled by Burnley to then complete a permanent move to Bristol City for a fee of around £2.5 million. We'll have another check of Bristol City's Twitter, and if we look in chat, I have just seen that that link to Barnsley striker Devante Cole that's come from Sky Sports. What are some of you lot saying? Not too fussed about Twine, to be honest. Carvalho are better than him at everything apart from set pieces. Hopefully Burnley give us Benson or Zaruri. Now, we needed rid of Twine anyway. Better plays in both positions he plays. Wonder how this impacts future Burnley deals, though. Very interesting. Lee says it seems strange they recalled him. Must think he's not part of their plans for next season. It's annoying Twine has gone. We've got a lot of number 10s and need to focus resources on wingers. It's sad, but it might be much needed. I'm gutted, says Jacob. Cardiff, Huddersfield and Hull are all interested in Barnsley striker Devante Cole. Someone says here, looks like we're heading to the, quote, let's buy any old shite stage of the transfer window. Oh, hang on, we already reached that stage with Billy Sharp, didn't we? Wow. My take on Twine, he's never been first choice as number 10. He isn't a winger. We've signed Fabio as a number 10. We need a natural winger. If we lose Twine but get a good winger, it's better for our squad and the shape of our team. I know it's not as easy as this, but for the longer term structure and going into next season, we need some permanent signings. Delap, Morton, Carvalho, and probably another winger are all first team names that won't be here next season. Doesn't sit well with me, that. Bristol City have had a busy day today. They brought in Taylor Gardner-Hickman permanently earlier, with Andreas Weimann going on loan to West Brom the other way until the end of the season, of course. Weimann, former Aston Villa player. But yeah, Twine has gone. And I agree with the sentiment of, look, it's a shame, but we have got players here who play his position. And I just think for depth in the short term, we are really, really going to struggle. Okay. Right, I'm going to clip that up and upload that after this. Of course, they release it. They announce the news just as I go live. Anyway, it's happening with Charles at Bolton, nothing in it. Anyone know why we keep getting refs over and over? It's just luck. Gutted, I really like Twine. Can we get some players on a perm because our squad is obliterated come the end of the season? True. The extent of Aaron Connolly's injury. We'll touch on that in just a second, but Scott Twine was going to be a bit of a debate for the start of this stream, and that's no longer happening. The only other transfer news I've got is that Ivor Panda, however you want to say the first name, Ivor Panda is still on. Don't worry, we'll announce it this week. Yeah. I feel like people at Hull would have jumped on the $2.5 million Twine deal if we actually wanted him. I agree. But Rossini is clearly happy with how we look without him. So, yeah. I think I'll take my boots with me on Friday up to Sunderland. I might get a game. I also think that is the training ground, definitely. I think it's definitely the training ground in that Instagram story. Look at Ivor Panda's Instagram story, everyone. Is it just me or is there a pattern emerging that we start games well, look dominant, and the other team has one shot and scores? Yep, we have a great first 10 minutes, then go 1-0 down, and we have a mountain to climb. That's how we run things here at Hull City. To answer your question, Aaron Connolly is rated touch and go following the attempted murder he was subject to whilst fouling Norwich goalkeeper Angus Gunn. Fabio Carvalho is cup-tied because he was not a Hull City player when the first match was played. That's the rule. He will be available if we get through to play against Leicester. Ollie Green, as I discovered last time during my predicted lineup, is also cup-tied, having featured for York City in previous rounds whilst out on loan earlier this season. Adama Traore, here we go. Traore and Seri, both on international duty. Christie and Vinagre, both hamstring. And then get ready for this. Liam Delap, Jaden Philogene, and Dokan Sinek, all 3 knee, remain absent. So no Connolly, no Carvalho, no Christie Vinagre, Seri Traore, Delap, Philogene, Sinek. Yeah. Starting to think we probably have more chance of signing Zaroury than Benson. I agree. And based on what I've read from Baz this morning, Zaroury is more likely of the two. Can't believe Twine really left for Bristol, defo because of Manning. It's because Burnley know they can get some money for him. That's why. Will Jaden be back for Millwall? I think so. I think that he's been out running and he's doing really well, but I think he's going to be. I think Leicester if we get through, or definitely Millwall. Mike White is saying similar. Mike White also said we have a much higher chance with Zaroury. I prefer Zaroury. I think we should just play the under-21s, Doherty and Vaughan. Yeah. Pretty sure the pattern is just losing. Very, very true indeed. Right, let's rattle through this and then we'll talk more about Twine because they should have an announcement. I'll check quickly. Will they have a statement out at past? They have a statement out now. Bristol City have a statement out now regarding Scott Twine. That reads, Scott Twine has joined Bristol City on loan until the end of the season. I thought it was permanently. Are you taking the piss? On loan? What? The midfielder joins from Burnley, having spent the first half of the 23-24 season on loan at Hull City. Twine came through the academy system at Swindon Town before joining MK Dons in 2021. He'd gone to score 20 goals in 45 league games for the Buckinghamshire side and was named League One Player of the Year. On joining Bristol City, Twine said, as a team, I'd like to finish as high as possible in the table, and personally, I want to score and create as many goals as I can. Head coach Liam Manning said, I'm delighted to be able to bring Scott to the club. He's a fantastic person and exactly the type of player we need. He'll be unavailable for the FA Cup game against West Ham, but he'll be in line to make his home debut at home to Watford on Saturday, January 20th, 3 p.m. in the Championship. Loan? I'm just going to check this. I was under the impression it was a £2.5 million deal. Baz said in his article this morning, discussions have remained ongoing since, and the two clubs have now agreed a permanent deal believed to be worth in the region of £2.5 million. Loan? Oh yeah, I've seen Baz tweet 2 hours ago, loan with a view to it being a permanent. Okay, that's fine. Okay, I've seen the tweet. Oh, and I've just seen your comments. Option to buy. Yeah. Okay, fine. Option to buy, yeah, fine. Raksaki out. I have seen those rumours back. There's no point in getting him because he's out till March. Agreed. Burnley will want as much game time as possible to increase his value. Yeah. Burnley obviously not happy we've signed Fabio to play in Twine's natural position. Bristol are broke. Burnley will have tried to sell, but Bristol have to wait till next year to afford. Okay, cool, fine. Where were we? Ref watch. The referee for us is Lewis Smith, 2 liners, Sean Hudson and Rob Smith. 4th official is Bobby Madley. Stats from Norwich then. Look at that. Dominated it. Absolutely dominated it. But 4 shots on target, 2 goals. 9 shots to our 19. If you don't take chances, you'll get punished. Tell you. That's the way it goes. Right. Head to head. I'll be honest, right? I'm gonna level with you all here. Thomas Vinagre won't be back. His loan's going to be terminated. I'm going to level with you all here. I could not care less about this game because it's not a good FA Cup 4th round draw. So I'm not asked. I'd rather us lose it, have a week off, and have players back for an extra game. That's my view. That's my brutally honest viewpoint. So if I rattle through this, it's simply because I could not give a shit. I'm also going to go to the under 18s in the FA Youth Cup. At the stadium tomorrow. £3 adults, £1 concession. Get yourselves down there to the MKM and watch the under 18s because the FA Youth Cup is the biggest tournament these lads, well, most of these lads will probably ever play in. So get yourselves down there. Anyway, where were we? Head to head. 3rd time we've played Birmingham this season. 3rd different manager. Tony Mowbray's first game in charge was a 2-2 draw. Started with Ruddy in goal. Back four was Buchanan, Sanderson, Long and Cody Drama. Midfield was Bielik and Ivan Sunjic with Miyoshi as a 10. Then wide, they had Dembele and Jay Stansfield with Scott Hogan up top. I've just closed the wrong bloody tab. Like, yeah, honestly, guys, I so do not care about this game. Is that bad? I don't think it is. I think a lot of people feel the same. I love the FA Cup and that kind of always have, always will. But we've got bigger, well, not bigger fish to fry, but more important fish to fry, is my view. Current form. Do I even want to look at ours? We're going to start with it though. 1 win in 6. Last 5, defeat to Sunderland, beat Blackburn, defeat to Wednesday, drew with Birmingham in the cup, and then to force this replay, and then lost 2-1 to Norwich. Birmingham 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Under Rooney, lost 3-1 to Stoke, drew 0-0 with Bristol City, and 3-0 defeat to Leeds. Rooney was sacked. Steve Spooner came in temporary charge, drew 1-0 with us in the FA Cup to force this game. And then Tony Mowbray's first game, Birmingham 2, Swansea 2. We'll have a glance at the table. Bugger it. Us down to 9th. Still only 1 point outside the playoffs, though. Results, apart from Watford and Coventry, have gone our way this week, and we haven't taken advantage. Sunderland losing. Cardiff a few points down, losing. And we failed to take advantage, which we should have done. Other FA Cup replays, then, that's it. In terms of around the grounds, there's some tomorrow, some on Wednesday. Wolves, Brentford tomorrow at 7:30. Eastleigh, Newport, us v Birmingham, Bolton versus Luton, Bristol City versus West Ham are all 7:45 kickoffs tomorrow. Then on Wednesday, 7:45 games. Everton versus Palace, Bristol Rovers versus Norwich, and Blackpool versus Nottingham Forest. Any on TV? Some of them are, but I ain't got a clue which ones off the top of my head. Even Livermore mid scoring goals look easy. Why do we find it so hard? Very true. I think we should just play the academy players. Might as well play at Ferriby. I bet the academy game. I mean, they're playing Crystal Palace, they're a Cat 1 academy, so they'll probably get tonked, but still be better than watching a dead rubber game that, let's be honest, neither team's going to care about. I'd rather a Delican and Randall Williams than Lakilo. I did a belting tweet after the game the other night. Madison, Wilkes, Samuelson, Scott, Delican, White, Crowley, Salam, Williams, Longman, Syed, Manesh, Vale, Cynic, Salah, Malcolm, Dimmy, Coville, Vaughan and Jarvis over Lakilo. Insult to Pelkas including him? Yeah, probably right. Ashley, I saw your reply. Can you really include Salah? Yes, I can. I'd still rather have a man with one leg than Jason Lakilo. And in terms of Coville, Vaughan and Jarvis, you know my love for Harry Vaughan. That's highlighting that 3 kids will be more effective than Jason Lakilo. Yeah. Am I going to Sunderland? Nope. Only sold 200, not surprised. I'd rather Lakilo than Vale. At least Vale had youth promise, and he won Chelsea Academy Player of the Year, so he's clearly got something about him. Lakilo don't have any of that fanfare. Right. Memorable match for the third time I've had to scrounge round here. We've gone 3-3 during lockdown. McGuinness gave us the lead after 2 minutes. James Scott scored his first City goal about 15 minutes later. Gary Gardner made it 2-1 after 2 minutes into the second half. On the hour mark, Dan Crowley, future Tiger, made it 2-2. Harvey Kane then scored the first of his 2 Hull City goals and made it 3-2. Gary Gardner levelled it late on to make it 3-3. Our team that day was George Long in goal, back 4, Elder Device, the captain Device, Burke and Pennington, midfield 3, Leo da Silva, Lopez, Batty and Kane, front 3 of Wilkes, Scott and McGuinness. Bench was Ingram the goalkeeper, Taffazoli, Kevin Stewart, Tom Eaves, Angus MacDonald. No, I've got the order wrong. John Terrell, Angus MacDonald, George Honeyman, Josh Bowler, and Keane Lewis Potter. Last time out, it was a week ago. You all know it. 1-1. I'm not even going to read you the team out because let's be honest, you can probably remember it. Just know that Stan Ashby was on the bench and Billy Sharp made his debut. That's about all there is to it. And the record: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Unbeaten in 4 of the 5. Drew 0-0 in March 2022 away. Lost 2-0 to them in the Autumn of Chaos. Then beaten 1-0 away, beaten 2-0 away, and then 1-1 in the original fixture. Shared shirts. Today, I've gone for Seb Larsson. Joined Birmingham initially on loan from Arsenal in 2006-07. That move then became permanent for 07-08. Was with them through 2011 when he joined Sunderland. 205 appearances, 25 goals. Was with Sunderland until 2017 when he left on a free and joined us. 40 appearances in the one season he was with us. In the one season he was with us before moving back to Sweden. 2 goals in that time. Predicted team, it's poor. Any of the 8 teams to watch out for tomorrow's game? Never watched them. Look out for Stan Ashby if he plays. Keep an eye out. Could Ryan Woods get a game? Probably not. Jarvis is back, and he did do well for us in pre-season. Autumn of Chaos, I like that. We just need a striker with pace, as much as I like Sharp, the balls we were playing to him. He was never going to get to him. Very true. Herbie Kane's free kick versus Borough, beautiful. Yep, injured 2 minutes later. Never saw him again. Although we've scored 9 in 9, although we've got 9 in 9, we've come a long, long way over the last 3 years. We have made massive progress. Didn't even know tickets went on sale till yesterday. That's good, isn't it? Simons is back with us at the moment, but he is recovering from a hamstring injury before going back to Fleetwood to play under his 3rd manager, because the manager who signed him got sacked after like a game. Then Lee Johnson was brought in before he even got a transfer window. He got sacked, and they've brought in Charlie Adam now. Scott over Lakilo, agreed. Yeah, right. Predicted 11 then. It's poor. Ingram in goal. Back 4, Slater, McLaughlin, Smith and Matty Jacob. 2 Fan Doherty and Morton in the midfield. Lakilo on the right, Vaughan on the left, and Sellers Fleming starting through the middle. The bench: Allsop, Greaves, Jones, Sharp, Fairlong, Coville, Rocco Coyle, Bora Eidenlech, and Will Jarvis. That's what we're going for. I know Conley's our top scorer, but I'm still not convinced whether to give him a long contract. He seems to go down and want to come off if anyone goes near his foot. Fair point. But he did go down like 3 times in 15 minutes, and one of them was attempted murder. So I don't think you can exactly blame him for that. Anyway, let's wrap this up. Predicted scores. I'm going to be honest, I so don't care. 1-0 defeat, I'm not really that bothered. I'm really, really not fussed. 1-0. 1-0 defeat. Get your predicted scores in chat, and we'll have a look. 0-0, 7-6 to Brum on pens. 9-0 Brum. Yeah. I think the 0-0, 7-6 to Brum on pens is more realistic than the 9-0, to be honest. And if it is 9-0, don't expect a Wigan 8-0-esque meltdown. Let's just say that. 3-0 Brum. Hope Liam throws it. Yeah, look, Liam will know where his priorities lie. 1-0 Birmingham. I couldn't give two shits. 3-0 City. Lakilo hat trick. 3-0 to us. Nah, never. Yeah, 1-0 defeat. I really don't care. Thank you for watching, everyone. See you when we announce Evo Panda later in the week. I might not even do a reaction to it, to be fair. I'm just really not bothered. See you later. Goodbye.